we're going up to Liverpool to watch Liverpool versus Atletico in the second leg of the round of 16. Jesus Christ, that is a lot of numbers to remember. And currently 1-0 down. I'm sure you guys have seen the video on my channel where we were 1-0 down. I went with Sajad over here.
Yeah.
Quite depressing. How do you feel about that first leg anyways?
Obviously it was quite disappointing the way we didn't create too many chances. Obviously 0 shots on target. And being the fan that's travelling, it's quite disappointing spending so much time and effort and stuff to get to the game. But I'm sure that the players will repay the fans for what happened last time.
So, I mean, Atletico, the game that we played against Atletico is where it just seemed to go downhill. Why do you think that was? I mean, from the Atletico game, we lost against Atletico, then we lost against Watford, and then we lost against Chelsea. And what kind of, where do you think that all started?
So obviously since the winter break,
Take it, that's fine.
So obviously before the winter break we were on a run of wins, and I think it was 18 in a row, something like that, or 17. And obviously there's the momentum that's carrying you through and the winning mentality. But since that winter break we just haven't looked the same. Obviously against Atletico we looked really shaky, and then obviously at the end of the game there was the injury of Henderson, and I think that has been a very important role. His role has been really important in this Liverpool team. I think him as a leader, he's actually one of the best there is around the world right now, because his hunger and drive to win the ball back, to make Liverpool a winning team really. I know that he's not really rated highly as a technical player, but his hunger for the hunger to win the game and stuff is what really makes Liverpool a monster mentality team this season. And obviously Henderson's been out for the last few weeks and Liverpool haven't looked the same in midfield, but hopefully his introduction today could make a big difference.
Fancy. Yeah, pundit number one over there. Alright, yeah, so hopefully it seems like everything's back on track and everything like that. Let's go to the Watford loss. How much do you think that meant to Liverpool to lose that game? Or how much do you think it's affected us in our super run?
Obviously it's disappointing to lose the game when we're trying to go the whole season unbeaten, but we're still such a good team, and I don't think that it's made the players demoralised, because they are still aware that they're most likely going to win the league, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. But I think that it didn't affect them too much. Hopefully it doesn't affect their performance today, because I'm sure that the fans will give them the energy that they need.
Yes, I'm definitely hoping for a super atmosphere. Let's talk about a few other things happening in the world of football at the moment. So in Italy, all the games are either called off or played behind closed doors. We're hearing the same thing in Spain. And in fact, the maddest news, last night I read that Arsenal versus Manchester City, which was meant to be played tonight, has been called off because the Arsenal players could potentially have coronavirus. Do you think it's going to screw up our season? And what do you think is going to happen?
First of all, I think that the Arsenal players having coronavirus would be the best thing for their fans.
That's not funny. Am I laughing?
Is it not?
That's not funny. No, bro, they could.
Obviously, it's quite upsetting to see the situation right now. Lots of the games have been affected. You see a lot of the Champions League game yesterday, Atlanta versus Valencia, was behind closed doors, and it's just not the same without the fans. But hopefully it doesn't become too serious in in England, especially in Liverpool, because obviously it could affect their title. It could affect our title-winning season. But hopefully it doesn't get too serious. I'm sure that there's a way that it could get cured. Really.
I just hope so, innit?
Hopefully.
But so more importantly, if the coronavirus does affect the Premier League, it could mean that Liverpool's games that once we have become the Premier League champions could be played behind closed doors. What do you think is going to happen with the parade and everything? Do you think everything will come to a halt, or do you think fans will do what they have to do?
Honestly, it's been 30 years without a title. There's no way the fans are just going to let it happen. I think that they will just I know that we'll just go all the way, just force the parade to happen, because there's no way on earth that the fans are going to let it.
So wait, here, I've got a question, yeah? What do you think the best solution would be? What should the FA do in a way that we can kind of enjoy the rest of the season without it being affected in that way?
It's tough, obviously, because it's such a contagious virus. You can catch it through it's airborne, isn't it?
You're not a doctor, you're a pundit.
Oh, sorry, I'm both. The best solution is, I think what they're doing right now is a good solution, but it's not good for the fans. But it's a good way to end the season without the players catching it. But I don't think there's really a good solution that will suit the players and the. But obviously, if they Liverpool fans, like they're Liverpool games, they'll be happy. But there's still a big chance of it spreading because
he's just waffling now.
I don't. There's no real
So,
solution.
all right. More importantly, tonight's game, yeah. Predictions for the game.
3-1. We'll go 2-0 up, and I think that they might just nick a goal. It could be like a scrappy corner goal or something like that because we haven't looked the best from defending corners. My
prediction for today is going to be No, do you know what? I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. Goals by Mohamed Salah, and I'd like to see Henderson on the score sheet. I know he's just coming back from injury, but I don't know. He's just sick. But and yeah, I can't deal with that stress of conceding the goal because that will mean they've got the away goal, and I just don't think I'll be able to handle that at the moment, especially with the whole coronavirus palaver and everything going on. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you drop your comments down below about what you think is going to happen in this game, about coronavirus, and how much you think it's going to affect the Premier League and Liverpool FC. With that said, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.